All right, so Fresh and Fit and Andrew Tate called out Hasan and Ethan Klein, and they want to have a debate with them. And Ethan sounds like he's actually down to do it, but he doesn't want to travel. He only wants to do it over Zoom. But Fresh and Fit want to do it in person, and it sounds like they've been having this argument for a while.
Hasan, Ethan, H3, all you ass clowns over there. Me and Andrew Tate.
That's us.
I've spoken with the big G.
Ass clown.
He's talking about us.
Are challenging you ass clowns to a debate.
In person.
In person. Okay? Because Tate was telling me that y'all like to mute the mics. Okay?
What?
So, if you guys...
Who says we mute mics?
Well, he's talking about Hasan, but Hasan...
He's
just
not
an idiot.
in
He doesn't
control.
know. He doesn't know how any of it works. Hasan doesn't have the ability to mute his mic.
Anything else?
Bro, you're such a liar. We just DM'd you. You've been dodging getting on the call with us for like what feels like years.
I don't like Fresh and Fit, but in their defense, why would anybody want to do a debate with him on a call again? When Steven Crowder did it with him, he didn't even end up debating him. Somebody else showed up. And it just shows that Ethan doesn't really care about actually arguing with somebody or trying to make a point or changing someone's opinion. He just cares about making them look like an idiot or trying to embarrass them. So I don't know why anybody would give Ethan the satisfaction of trying to pull some prank on him or some shit.
Such a liar, bro. Insecure.
Why are we even entertaining these guys? I mean...
I think at this point in time, me and Hasan getting a call with those two goons could be a beautiful thing, and not for them, but I think like I saw how Hasan really exposed Andrew, and it wasn't. I think it's possible. You can really get him.
Sure.
And so I think I'd be willing to talk to him, but it's all shenanigans from him.
You'll debate us.
And I'll admit that Hasan definitely won that little argument with Andrew Tate. Maybe Andrew wasn't prepared or something, but he definitely got the best of him, no question. So I don't even know why he would want Ethan on his side. He'd probably be better off himself just against those three. I feel like Ethan's just going to make them look worse. And even Ethan's fans don't want him to do it for a bunch of reasons, but one of them is because he's not very good at arguing with people. Like this post on his subreddit that had 442 upvotes. This person said, "From what I've seen, Ethan is an objectively bad debater. When they used to take calls, Ethan would get emotional and say some stupid stuff. I feel like the same would happen if he was to debate Tate. With peace and love, of course." And yeah, I think it's pretty obvious that Ethan gets way too emotional, and that's probably what would happen. He would probably lose his cool and say something stupid, then they'd have a clip of it and they'd just be sharing that. And like Hasan's the same way on his streams. He's always losing it, but in the debate he had with Andrew, he kept his cool and he didn't get worked up and he didn't start screaming or anything, and he let Andrew get all flustered. And it's just clear that Hasan probably knows more than Ethan and would be better at challenging these people.
You guys are more than welcome to come here to Miami. We could do it here. Y'all want to wear masks because you guys are scared of COVID? Fantastic. We'll even stay 6 feet apart if you guys want to do it. All right?
I'll tell you what, and you can even wear a mask if you want to. I usually don't let my guests come in here with masks.
So I don't want no fucking excuses. You guys
Bro,
want to
what are you talking about? I have a family. I have a job. I have kids. I do 4 podcasts a week. We run a company. What are you talking about? No excuses. You think that I really give a fuck about you to fly to Florida, you moron? This is like the Tim Pool thing where it's like, invite them to do super unreasonable thing. We can just do it over Zoom. Why are you being such a pussy? Such beta behavior.
That was the original whole back and forth. Is we were like, let's jump on a Zoom call, and they were like, no, we want to do it in person. We'll come out to LA. We were like, great. Are you guys vaccinated? And they said yes. And I was like, that's your cards. And they said no.
I forgot about that.
And we were like, okay, well, just black out any personal information then. And then they backed off. So
it's such absolute fucking morons. Yeah, they were gonna fly out here and come in person. Pretty gracious offer. Just show us you're vaccinated, bro. What an idiot. And he was gonna lie.
So it sounds like Fresh and Fit even said they'd go out to LA, and Ethan didn't want to do it because they're not vaccinated, I guess. I mean, that's kind of a stupid excuse. Like, really, you can't be around someone that's unvaccinated? Is that what he's saying? It just doesn't sound like he actually wants to have a debate with them. It sounds like he wants to try to get him on a Zoom call and then try to pull some prank on him or something. I just don't think Ethan wants to do anything productive. I think he just wants to goof on them, make fun of them. He doesn't want to actually sit down, talk to them, and try to change their minds. He probably won't, but maybe some of their listeners. I don't know. I think he would just be accomplishing more than him just sitting there goofing on them. Even though if he did do it, I think he'd be doing it more just for the views, because he probably realizes how many views it would get. Like, if this actually went down, a lot of people would be talking about it and a lot of people would tune in for it. And it's also funny that Ethan's even thinking about doing it, because just a week ago he was talking about how it's a bad idea to debate any people like this because it's like debating a Nazi.
And is so bad faith and so nonsense. It's like challenging. It's like having an argument with a Nazi about why they shouldn't exterminate all Jews.
Right.
Engaging in the conversation is valid. It's giving validity to it, even if you're disagreeing, because it's so insane that it shouldn't be even engaged with seriously. Because the net positive for all this for Cobra Tate is just going to be that he gets more fans, even if 90% of the people thinks he's crazy.
Yeah.
So I think obviously after Hasan had a debate with Andrew, Ethan had to change his opinion, and now I'm sure he's thinking he might as well capitalize off of this. But also some of his fans agree with his original take, and they think he shouldn't even entertain these people, and just even debating them is giving him validity. So I don't know if it'll happen. And some of these people even think him just talking about these people on his podcast is too much and they're sick of it. So I don't know if he'll be able to do it, because also obviously I would imagine he'd only do it with Hasan because that's the only chance he has. And Hasan's already coming off a W. And I actually think it was smart for Fresh and Fit to include Ethan in this debate, because I think that only brings Hasan down, because most of the time when Ethan's talking about these people, he's just making fun of them and he's like, oh, this guy's a fucking sexist, this piece of shit. And when Hasan talks about them, he does that too, but I feel like he goes into more detail explaining why they're wrong. And I just don't think Ethan is as prepared as he thinks he is. And even his fans admit that, like I showed earlier. And also I'm sure at some point they're probably going to make fun of Ethan's weight and his appearance and everything, which doesn't really help their case, but I think Ethan will probably just stoop right down to their level and start insulting them, and then they're probably all just going to start yelling at each other. I think whoever stays calm here and just sticks to the point and tries not to flip out or anything, they're probably going to look the best, which is going to be hard because all these people are pretty much used to just yelling. So I don't know. Hopefully this happens. It would be fun to see, and it did sound like Hasan wanted to talk to Andrew again, and Andrew wanted to set up a more like serious debate or something, which maybe is what Fresh and Fit is talking about here. So hopefully Hasan's down. It sounds like the big thing is Ethan and Hasan want to do it on Zoom, but I think Ethan had his chance with that, and we all saw what happened. So hopefully they could just work something out in person. Like if Fresh and Fit and Andrew Tate go to LA, I feel like there'd be no excuse for Ethan not to do it. So hopefully that happens. Oh, and also I think Ethan might be doing a podcast with like Jeff Wittick and Mike from Logan Paul's podcast and Tana next week, possibly. I think I heard that. So that should be interesting. I'll probably make a video on that if something good comes from it. And if this debate happens, I'll make a video on that. So make sure you hit the subscribe button. Make sure you leave me a comment. Make sure you hit that like button, and I'll catch you at the next video.